Shaming men for being virgins is unhealthy and cruel. Yes, men, because women are rarely shamed for being virgins at any point in life. I encourage everyone who's bombarding me in the comments to make your own post about how women are shamed for whatever. This double standard baffles me. It's like men's virginity is worthless and should be lost as soon as socially acceptable, at an age which gets younger and younger as the years go on. It pushes boys to try to sleep with any girl they meet to get their imaginary social sex quota, which can lead to harassment, and leads virgin men to think they're undesirable losers and something's wrong with them. Men have to decide themselves when they're ready and when they've found the right person, rather than being pushed by social norms. Edit: an opinion is different from expecting something to change. This will probably never change, as much as I'd like it to. The media makes it so much worse too. During the one Bachelorette season, all they talked about was a male contestant being a virgin, and then talked about it more when he became the Bachelor. Like it was some big joke. During a different season, one of the women was a virgin and it came up once. One time, that's it, and no one even remembers it. It's gross that it's almost expected for men to have had sex. He was in his mid-20s, stop making it a joke or even talking about it. Gross. I'm a virgin, like my father, and his father before him. My son will be too. It's such a weak insult too. I'm 22 and a virgin and not even a kiss yet. I get genuinely anxious, and not the good kind, when I think about me in a relationship. I was a virgin all throughout high school up until my mid-20s. I always questioned my worth growing up due to my lack of experiences and interactions with women. I'd never dated or been in a relationship, hell I'd never even held hands with a girl. I won't lie, I was starved for love and affection. You might even say I was desperate to find love and romance. I was 23 when I met a girl through an app similar to Reddit. We'd talked for a month or two before we agreed to hang out. One night she offered to give me a lift to her place. We didn't really have anything planned. We arrived at her apartment and had pizza and wine that night. We talked about music and our lives a bit, had a few glasses too many. One thing leads to another and the next things we are both naked. The overall experience of sex was very underwhelming. I didn't perform like I wanted to and engaging with her felt off. I wasn't attracted to her, there were no strings attached, I just felt dirty afterwards. This happened 2 years ago. I know one should never live a life of regret. But if I could go back in time and save myself and keep my virginity intact, I would have. I've not engaged in sexual activity since that night. So it's like being a virgin all over again, I guess. Currently we usually call girls, women when they get their period, kind of silly considering some girls get their period at like 9 years old. For men the closest equivalent is getting laid for the first time. Though even then society expects men to continuously prove their manhood. Heck, many of the things that are considered toxic about men could likely be attributed to boys trying to prove manhood in some misguided fashion. I think it would be better if we as a society had some sort of rite of passage for children to transition into adulthood. It would alleviate the social pressure of boys having to prove their manhood by having sex or other socially undesirable ways. Very true. I'm just trying to save myself for the right one. Smirking face. Agreed. If anything, I want to date a virgin guy. I don't know where you're from. But Quagmire is not what every guy aspires to be. I am legit 15 and get picked on because of it. Like, okay. I'm not a man whore. I don't see why it's a big deal, especially at 15, yeesh. Haha. I never understood the preoccupation with virginity or being sexually active. That's between you and your sexual partners. It's not an accomplishment to be a virgin or be sexually active. People need to get over it. People shouldn't be shamed in general. Also, water is wet. I'm 23, I had a long-term girlfriend from 8th grade till my junior year of high school, never had sex but did everything else. Dated another girl senior year till my freshman year of college. She was religious and didn't want to have sex before marriage, so I respected that. One time while doing other things she tried to have sex with me. I was inside her but immediately stopped because she said she'd hate herself if we did. We broke up a few months later because I went away to school and she was constantly wanting to FaceTime etc. 6 months later she got pregnant with her new boyfriend. That was a huge blow to me. 4 years later I haven't dated anyone else and I'm still a virgin. It's awesome. I've had several chances to hook up with some girls over the years but I never did. I don't want to fuck someone unless I love them. Virginity is a social construct and such a fucking stupid thing to attach worth to. You're just a person who hasn't had sex until you do, then you're a person who's had sex. Who cares? I don't see the big deal honestly. People act like losing your virginity is a requirement in life. Shaming anyone is uncool. Men are being shamed of being virgins, women are being shamed if they're not virgins. Yes, this greatly affects me. I feel so much shame from being a virgin and I can't bring myself to admit it to anyone. It's terribly depressing but I'm hanging in there. Thank you, Op. I'm 25 and a half and have done nothing with a girl. I have so many issues and problems with my life growing up and it's not like I'm a bad or worthless human just cause I done nothing with a girl. 43 here. Virgin till marriage at 32, always feel a wife is best. I don't see myself sleeping too many times with random people. Never respected sex out of relationship. Just remember that people who call others virgins are insecure because of what they had to fuck just to lose their virginity LMAO, don't let them get away with it. I half agree with this. You shouldn't shame anyone for being a virgin. However, the idea of saving yourself seems like a big gamble. The first GF I was intimate with I really liked her a lot. I was attracted to her physically and emotionally. When we had sex, the chemistry was terrible and it wasn't for us being newbies, we just didn't work together sexually and we ended for that reason. How could you live your lives not being sexually compatible? Confession time, when I was younger I had a friend who was a virgin until he was 24. He was, the sincerest human being and we all wanted to get him laid. So much so we planned to hire a lady of the night secretly. However, that summer my best friend slept with him at the beach as a favor. I'm ashamed now of how we treated his virginity as abnormal when he was just a regular dude waiting for the right person. He's happy married with kids now and TBH the first time he lasted so long because he wasn't that into my friend that she was a bit offended, irony at its best. Anyway, do your thing people, make it worth it or right for you and don't listen to us idiots as we'll regret it eventually when we smarten up.